6 rounds, 8 frags, 6 without dying. So that man might continue to perform with AWP.
And what we can tell from Borup not having any contact right now is that EURONICS are used to play in the first 5 rounds very B heavy, not the first long control take. And Marky opening up the round perfectly with 2 beautiful entries, and now Snedker, of course, just deciding to push towards A short, let him take A control, because he can't hold off both angles.
Crispy is, by the way, one of the contenders together with Victor, as well as with Natus Affix for the friendliest phase in the United Masters.
You're right, he's looking pretty cute right now.
Oh, and this is right now an easy opportunity for him. Both are standing in the corner trying to boost each other up, but I'm quite sure they should have saw him. Unless they should have seen him there. Because you're getting him for the wall. Snedker falling down. Man, who got way too many frags in a row, finally gets a shutdown and tricked. Economically speaking, the best of the rest they'll just get.
It looks like the EURONICS are somewhat playing very spawn dependently, so or spot dependent. We saw them in some rounds just go straight to the B hit because they didn't have anyone with a good A long spawn. Now last round it looked like the first round with a solid A long spawn, and they instantly took it. Now the trade kills are coming in.
Poor Marky.
Oh, look at Acre. He has the right set of balls.
Yeah, you need some quite thick pants to carry them around, but it doesn't help if those are sticking out of the smoke, and that gets you killed in the end. Frag found. Oh, Snyder getting rid of the second floor, and Crispy just continues that one. It's going to be Quinn's shutdown in the end, and Lucky and Snedker. Their hands wrapped around the guns, because you don't want to lose the M4, you don't want to lose the AWP when 100-0 is left in those leather wallets of those counter-terrorists. And EURONICS, after looking, well, quite unconscious in the first 4 rounds,
yeah,
they're showing a sign of life.
I mean, so far we haven't seen any big tactical plays. They're just most of the time going for the opening kills, be it on the B side or even just when they're going for a long control. It seems to work. I mean, right now they are out aiming, tricked on both sides. And Borup, I think, at least joined the server right now.
1 frag. The man is online. Round number 8 we are, though. That's Collar, who still looks to find a frag. 0-0-4, though his team got 3 rounds in a row, and there comes a timeout.
Discussing what to do right now. They saved the up on Snedker. Also they saved E. But what are his teammates gonna do? Maybe just buy pistols around it, because even if they lose this round, next round they will be able to buy again. So they could just decide to maybe buy some pistols. I mean, Snedker could drop even a deagle, although I suppose Snedker is trying to save as much money as possible. So if he dies, he will be able to buy another AWP in the next round. And we can see it. Borup on a deagle. Probably Quince and Acre will also get a pistol. At least 1 smoke on Acre.
Yeah, many sources say, and many people say that EURONICS might be just not a team anymore for a long time. It's a very horrible meme for Marky, especially, as some say he doesn't even stand a season in most German teams, which is quite unfortunate. Very friendly guy, always a happy smile. This is where the man with the experience now wants to shine. Goes over the long area. area can pass the car in just a bit, where only a Quins will use PS will just wait. There's still the AWP, there's still the M4 on the side for Trick. Finding frags would now be very useful, as it could benefit to get any of their teammates' guns in their hands, and Borup is just going to wait it out. There's the frag coming in from Trick, and that is getting Snyder. Kazuya assisting on finding Collar. It's actually Snatker. They go for one after another. Kazuya have two, and his point man position seems to work at least against that eco. Marky clearing out the B side. A lot of damage dealt. I mean, they have a good bit of economy just built up for themselves. They amassed a lot of dollars there, but it still doesn't change the fact that you don't need to die unnecessarily.
I mean, he tried his best. Maybe if Lucky gets luck with a lucky headshot, and then it's just a 1v1, so it's something you could go for. Right now it's 4-4. Game is tight, and EURONICS again. It looks like a fast B push.
Yeah, and Aker with his AUG needs to show us what he can do. He's already found great frags now. The execution is just about to happen as EURONICS tries to take him out, but he hides himself in the corner. The smoke bought him a lot of time, and same goes for his teammates as the shots are now running in, and Aker is the man who was actually standing in the corner and finding two. I got no idea how he just performed this miracle, but it's miracle content. Finding four. Okay, wow. Aker, you just turn on that word.exe with that AUG. $50 more, and suddenly you find 4 kills.
I thought it was that for sure. I mean, there was no backup nearby. That only Aker on the B side, not even someone near middle. But somehow EURONICS not really able to capitalize on only one B player from Tricked. And I'm still not sure how he survived for that long. I mean, coming, it was one nice flash from him, but that's all. I mean,
he got a Guardian Angel somehow, and the Danish Guardian Angel seems to allow the team a lot more. You see the movement there on short. This was right now the save coming in from Quins, as it should have been Snedker dying way much earlier there, but the B side is still in control of Marky. Tries to go over there on the window and see her guard. Works out. Color versus 4 is now situation, and if this man is able to somehow survive or even take this round, it seems unrealistic. Finds the first, doesn't take a look in tunnel, where right now Loki is not hitting the shot. There's another one coming in from Color, but through window, there's nobody appearing. That's going to be then the door player who comes in and Tricked are able to get another defusal and bring themselves that number 6. EURONICS is somehow struggling after finding 4 in a row, and will it pretty much reset economically after this one?
Yeah, we can see them going for it. They don't have that much equipment. And it's again 3 people directly going towards the B side with the bound. Only one making some noise towards long. Probably Color still in T-spawn. And this time it's Aker with the up, and I think...
Oh no, the timing. How much bad luck can you have? But who's right inside the player appears. Well, you have Hard Knock Live appearing when something like that happens. You should have sound cue.
Going for a save.
They don't have much money.
Yeah, it's the B side. You have, if you have 4 terrorists still remaining, there is no chance you can retake B. Although you have so many nades. Impressed of the balls EURONICS are showing right now. I mean, it's the, I don't know, 5th B rush just straight ahead in the beginning of the round, and somehow they're still able to surprise Aker with the timing. I mean, Aker already seeing okay, they're playing very strongly on B. I can ball back, and the timing.
Well, EURONICS strategies are as versatile as a black and white picture.
Yeah.
But so far, all black and white has EURONICS. How many millions? They did it again. I feel like this is a thing EURONICS used to do so much in Overpass, where they just rush Monster over and over again. Like, there was not even any kind of variety even existing anymore. They were just rushing that one. And there's nobody coming towards the A side. If they have the information, it might even go better. But Acre will have an opponent just coming at him, finds the first one to Marky. Slowly moving in, but there was not a single support flash, which was a little odd. Acre finds another somehow. Magically connects another shot. The op getting taken out. Very risky move, and Crispy can try his best right now. Window peeking only works against one, and this is what I found so odd. Marky comes out. He was really about to get out of the angle towards car, and nobody...
It looked strange, especially there was no smoke where, let's say, maybe Marky just went for a smoke and his teammates weren't sure. No, there was nothing. I mean, Marky just went for it. His teammates did really support him. Maybe a miscommunication, maybe too eager to find the entry. It took way too long till the trade kill came in. And we can see even Tricked are still surprised by EURONICS always going for the B hit. I mean, in the beginning we saw 4 players instantly from Tricked playing the B, because they're thinking right now, okay, EURONICS, they just rushed 5 rounds in a row B side. They won't do this 6th time again, and EURONICS still going for the B hit.
It's not looking good for them at all. And right now, EURONICS, yeah, you see they're always getting those rounds by mostly playing it on time and getting on the sides and getting a C4 down, and this is where we saw we had a little bit of a technical issue coming at us, and this is where I want to point something out here, Zini.
Yeah.
You know, there's a new feature coming. We're gonna it's something people, people usually, how do I say this? Well, they tend to play that more in a retirement home, where they sit there and they got this bowl and it's the rotating numbers in there. It's called bingo. Like Christoph Waltz would say, is that a bingo? And we're gonna have, you never watching Glorious Bastards?
Yeah, I watched it. They say, you're right.
That's a bingo!
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christoph Waltz, great actor.
Yeah.
But you know what's also gonna act great is gonna be the bingo feature by Unicorn, which we'll bring in very soon. We're gonna show and demonstrate and bring it directly to your home. And you know, bingo sounds a little bit like your nanny would play it. But the great part about that bingo is you can win stuff by just watching games. Like, who wouldn't like to win stuff by watching decent Counter-Strike? Good Counter-Strike, solid Counter-Strike.
Yep, exactly.
Even my nan wouldn't say no about that. Coming at you with 67 years old and having a Dragon Lore.
Yeah, maybe it's a way to unite the old and the young people again together.
This could be a thing. Like,
scope bingo.
You want to double your chances? Get your mom on it
why
as
not?
well.
Of course.
And she's like, son, what do I need to press? What is a pistol round? Isn't that violent?
Yeah,
and you'd be like, no, it's just games. It's e-gaming. Right now, Snedker might be the e-gamer of the month if he would have hit that one no-scope. Once more, EURONICS taking control of it. Snedker losing his head to Snuck. Continues with those taps, and the man just bought a semi-automatic AK for some reason, but it's going to be looking Quinn to have a very good option to take out Collar, as he only has that AWP. If they make the move pretty much simultaneously, and it's not going to be Collar finding a spot where he can only hold one angle, that's going to be perfect. Moving out first of all, Collar still didn't hear it. They're coming closer and closer to the Bulgarian. It was actually even matter, because Lucky, he was hungry for sure finding that frag. Bringing the 8-5.5 in favor of Trick. Whilst not picking that map.
I mean, first of all, great touches from Snyder, going for, especially you're down 2v4, I think it was. So you need to take peeks to get a lucky headshot in. And he got 2 frags, but I think after getting 2 frags, he got a little bit too eager. Yeah, too greedy, and he went for a third kill. It was a little bit too much, especially since it was a 2v2. If he played it safe, he's getting the 2 frags, it's 2v2. There's maybe a little bit passive, let your teammate help you out with some nice crossfire, but yeah, I don't know. A little bit overextending from him.
That's like when you start, that's when you start show.
Yeah.
On Netflix, for example. You keep on watching, and you know you need to wake up at 8. You continue watching episode after episode after episode. So your time to stop. It's like film it is, but at that point he couldn't. And right now, might be Snetker not even knowing when it's time to stop. But this man could even find more team flashes, Quins, but also gets the players that are approaching the side. Quins can't do much about it. He tries to catch the right angle in the situation, but it's not going to be Marky now back on the side. Crispy with the A double over the place, and so it's got to be the M4 together with his teammate finding the shots. And the AK is there in the hands of Marky. Crispy still tries his best. The nade might go in the right direction, but it doesn't work. He pushes aggressively, and somehow is not even punished by that. But Crispy now on 28 HP, and an Acre who now gets the nade in the right direction. Danish bombardment. Crispy out. And another one coming in. It's gonna be EURONICS struggling for a few rounds in a row by now.
Yes. With first place, EURONICS are only able to make those rounds so close by some great individual plays. I mean, Marky opening up the A side with some nice headshots, and Chris player with a little bit whiffing his M4 shots or his spray.
If 6ix9ine would wait a song, it would be Whiffy Whiffy for Counter-Strike. And as EURONICS talks about this round number 15, it comes a little late. It feels like that, at least. But few rounds that didn't go according to plan for the German-Hungarian nations today. You know, I open up my atlas and it's all the wrong kind. They're all just the wrong names of the countries are everywhere. One of the few good and known Hungarian players, besides Deadfox, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
There are not many things. You don't know much about Deadfox, actually. He's not a person who goes up in front of the camera and everything. So. But anyway, EURONICS. Can the Hungarian deliver right now and just deny the double digits for Tricked? Will the Danish roster that got a few good rounds on the board now show us how to get 10 on the board? Snetker getting the right support from his teammates with the Molotovs, and okay, EURONICS is going full speed. This is right now an inline 6 roaring loud on high RPM, directly going to the side of A, getting the C4 down in a second. Where Crispy, Marky, and Co are still getting one frag after another, and I'm quite sure Trick didn't expect that, but this is a brutal entry. They're just smashing in the door that they could have knocked politely, and Snetker is not gonna knock politely anymore. Finds himself Snyder. Kazuya waiting there at the shot that was now necessary, and Quins as well as Acre. They still got a bit of utility, and they also got the kid on themselves. And Quins might have the hero play in this, except about it, and he can't. Patience needs to pay off. Crispy got the right angle. How fast was EURONICS in that one?
Yeah, but also play tactically very well. We saw EURONICS pressuring A long, which they and Tricked already falling for it, putting 2 players on A long, rotating way too late towards A short, and we saw Mark with a nice entry. Yeah, and Snetker right now playing out of his mind, 19-7.
Seems like you hate the Snetkers today.
Schnetkos.
A good Snetker a day keeps the doctor away. That's what they say in Denmark.
A good Snetker a day keeps EURONICS away.
That's also
from
true.
Winning the first half of Dust 2.
That's very, very true. Good Snetker. I'd really like to have a good Snetker right now. So far, round number 15. Borup has only got himself 9% of Tricked kills, which is not that much if you think about it. Not really good numbers. And right now, Tricked does the EURONICS strat, directly go on the side, and fracks are happening as he wants to avoid any more action happening. Kazuya comes in from behind, somehow gets the most body shots into Quinn's. Marky pops and enters the side at the right moment, and EURONICS, they know what they're doing. Not sure if it's going to be directly EURONICS continuing that way. Paul are doing it beautifully with that headshot onto Bob. He just goes up. 15 seconds. We're not even really into it.
Had new USP, so there's nothing lost on it. Now we can see even Snyder going for some kills. Instantly getting dinged. Even Marky's getting greedy. Everyone hunting for those frags. Pushing the KDR.
And that's how you can do it, KDR. In the end of the day, it's nice to see. EURONICS probably quite happy about right now making it work on that CT side. When we consider EURONICS is more of a way more T-sided team, on Dust 2 that's not too much of a surprise, really.
And now it's the first equipped round, and Snetker, it's cannon. And EURONICS, they got a long control right now. And they are also preparing for a B hit. We can see 2 players towards B, 1 towards middle. Split, this could be the right call. We can see some players of Trick gathering up the middle, but now they go for a shot control. Perfect Molotov from EURONICS, buying them time, probably even hearing the hit, so Color could find the opening.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Great job.
It's a major risk he takes with that one. More action. This was right now the point in time where he should have said, okay, I'm not taking any more fights. He still does it. Lucky enough that he doesn't die in the end, and the jumping Crispy is falling down. Tie seems very possible at that point in time. The fun story is they have like Tricked is a slightly bit more T-sided team. When we take a look at in the last 3 months, they only won 2 rounds against Windigo on the CT side. But as aggressors, they now need to show us what they're able to do.
Yeah, it's all up to Snyder right now on the B side. Oh, Jesus Christ.
See a thing. Doesn't even matter if he sees a thing. Color can't connect it to his great beginning shots, taking that going back.
The time.
It's non-existent. You can't get that. Color just goes for the no-scope. It says like, Acre, I want to grab another gun off of you. And he just did that perfectly. Take a look at that nastiness. He's like doing the Stewies. Wait, what? I thought he no-scoped someone directly in front of him.
Maybe there was some in the smoke. I'm a little bit surprised.
I thought first of all it was a close-range slap with
Yeah,
the barrel
yeah.
directly in his head, like it's a baseball bat. You slap. Take a look at it again. Yeah, that was a no-scope. Okay.
Ah, okay.
For a second, I was like, whoa. Whew. You know, sometimes I think I'm kind of benighted. In that situation, I thankfully was right. Microphone was on the other side. But let's be real. Who produces a microphone that is 180 degrees?
Well, it's way better, so you can put it on both ways.
Yeah, but left is right and right is left.
You are still thinking binary. The world is way more complicated than that. Left can be up,
So
right can be down.
So when can I visit you to talk about all my problems?
Opening our... yeah.
I will visit you during the consultation hours. Right now, the consultation hours, well, Trick is open for business. Marky is the first one to fall in this. Crispy's timing would be crucial in that. He waits, he saw everyone happening, and now he's just... I mean, just one shot you need. And one shot is Steer. Boruto on the AK gets denied by Collar. In the last few rounds, his man has been on fire with his frags.
But we saw also a great team play from EURONICS, so Crispy healed instantly. And we saw a nice team flash from in front of B over the B wall, flashing both T players. And now EURONICS in the lead, 10-9, and probably tricked. Okay, they're going for another buy. They can drop an AK. So it looks like a solid buy right now. They have some grenades to work with them. Let's not go with the op, the perfect spawn. Taking all the nade damage and not able to connect anything. And now let's see what EURONICS are going to do. They're on a long, now slowly rotating.
Yeah, but we have seen something similar yesterday versus Vexed, where they really struggled to adapt. And it took a long time to actually get really into the game. Not quite sure if EURONICS are allowing themselves to even make any mistakes anymore at that point. They seem very flawless so far on the CT side, especially Collar stepping up massively with quite insane accuracy and precision. Finally make it work with those entries, especially.
And right now we can see Collar is holding A short while his teammate is holding A long. Now even Collar, the A short hit could come any second. The important thing right now is that they play on A long. If he dies, Collar is in a really bad position right now. So it's important make the frag count, but we can see Aker falling back from A long. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is right now. We can see Tricked all moving towards A short without A long control. It will just be with only 30 seconds on the clock right now.
And let's see if Tricked can make EURONICS descend in chaos. So the team keep up that way, but now he's the first one to come out. Finds two, could connect to the third. He does that through the smoke. He gets a lucky as well, and that was a beautiful spray. And it's going to be Snetker, who's now even whiffing his shot. And somehow Snyder tries to escape, but not with a Snetker. Fireproof shoes he got. Take a look at that again. That was phenomenal. Identifies two, goes for the first headshot. And another spray, but he knows there must be more coming through, and his spray control then works. Moves a little bit to the left. Another one. It was finally Snetker ending his streak, but that took way too long.
And also a great decision from Krezua. We saw they tried to Molotov him out of the goose, and he still played it safe. Waited for the right timing and to be there anymore. All players from Tricked more or less focusing on the A ramp and not to the left where Kazuya was hiding.
And right now, a force buy for Tricked would look very compelling regarding the situation that, money-wise, quite alright in the future, because due to the losing bonus, it should be all working for them. I mean, they're getting their maximum one in just a second, which means $3,400 for themselves.
And if we take a look at the scoreboard, we can see right now the difference between those two teams. Netka right now and Aker more or less carrying for Tricked, while EURONICS, like everyone, is pitching in. Sometimes it's Color, sometimes it's Kazuya with the 3K, so it's more of a team situation right now, while Tricked again, like yesterday. I mean, Aker already with a great performance on train yesterday. Now it's Netker stepping up and Aker doing his part, but not in this round.
I mean, you have to see they came back right now from a 6-9 health. Aggressive pistol. That's at least a try The attempt Trick had, but got denied in the end. And now Snedker might just try to deal a little bit of damage onto the sides. Oh, finding an opening, and then Snedker should have been heard, and there was the support flash. It nearly gives Snyder the option here. Can't find the offer. Players identified, and Mark is positioning it as. It's so helpful, because right now they got them locked out. They can only move over the team they want to get that bomb down. But in case they just want to get that bomb down, that's even the most crucial aspect of them falling. Snyder pushes in. Tables have turned.
Yeah, Barb and Quince really struggling right now, especially the second half from both of them. I mean, yesterday Barb with a great performance on Inferno. Maybe he's the one person Trick needs right now with some kind of a hero play. This time we said Trick to hold a long, and now Tricked. Of course, they got a long control. They have no one on B. I think someone already pushed B from EURONICS, so they have all the information they need right now. That B is gonna probably be clear, and it's gonna be a hit. We can see even Marky waiting for his chance in the middle, using the smoke to his advantage, even getting Molotov and Tricked. All five still. So EURONICS should know what's happening right now. I think Color just missed the player in the pit right now. He needs to be careful, and we can see. Okay, I think he knows there can be someone in pit already.
Yeah. And Tricked converging close to the blue dumpster over there on A long, preparing for the attack on the side. He saw the player speak, and right now he might even have a good smoke for himself. There comes the Molotov. Quinns is able to shut down Marky, and now there needs to be the precision. Or starts with one, might get more, can't find a second as well. That was beautifully done, but the shutdown is immediate. Snyder with rather goes back towards tunnels. Saves the gun. Shoots at the plants for no reason. Maybe some bad manners towards Sprout. Not deserved.
Maybe it's also a little bit tilt, because this round there was no way they should lose it so dominantly to Tricked. They had all information. Snyder pushing B. They maybe a little bit too fast with the backstep. I don't know. We had Color aiming along. I think as soon as Color had the first contact, then it would be the right timing for Marky to backstep, because normally if you have a backstep, you shouldn't be the first person to die. Have some contact and then you come from behind. And also, I'm not quite sure the alone execute on Tricked. Not even any flashes from EURONICS to block them, to buy them some time. It didn't look well executed from EURONICS' part.
It seemed very diligent.
Yeah.
That's the way I would put it, because this team, it had a lot more options at that point in time, but didn't use them properly, and being shut down quite fast. Right now, Aker is isolated from his teammate, but he moved back. Besides that, Borup down to 26. And Marky would technically still have the grenade. He knows that there was a HE coming from that. There's a one-way. Exactly knew where the shots were coming from. And if he now goes for the HE, that would be perfect. But Marky rather decides to smoke them off right now. This would be economic by losing this round.
It's a perfect double setup for EURONICS right now in the middle. It should work out perfectly. But Quinns, yeah, perfect.
A third, connected. 1, 2, and 3. All there. Preparing to get killed by Snyder. And so it's got to be Lucky, who tries his best. Looking to find anything left in this. Gets himself the man who already found a triple for himself, but that shouldn't work any further. Down, out. No. Caller gets him.
A little bit sloppy from Trick. I mean, normally you would check those corners. There are only two corners in the middle. You always check. Left to a close and right around the corner. They didn't check anything. Yeah. A little bit sloppy from them. That's why they lost. They have somewhat of an eco. Some pistols, some grenades. And they will be able to buy next round. I mean, what worked so far for Trick was especially the long control early in the round. Maybe we'll see it again next round when they're able to buy some equipment. Marky playing the smoke close, so he needs to be careful. There are some people waiting for him. He should know that they don't have that much money. I'm not quite sure that EURONICS are expecting an eco right now from Trick.
As time passes. By the way, it's winter. Did you moisturize your face yet?
Of course I did.
Good.
I'm a human being.
The best skin.
Yeah,
You really want to watch out. Same goes for Quince. You really want to watch out for anyone pushing top mid in this. Punishment if you didn't moisturize your face. Good to with the options. Snedker though.
Later with some bullets.
I heard that's the best one. It's the best thing to use there. If you don't want to have a little bit of rough skin during the winter, Snedker very helpful with that one, but Collar shuts him down in the end. The ball right now in his hands. He saw the C4 as we picked up previous, and that is just a second situation where he's really showing, but also that really flashy plays. With the no-scope, for example, we had a window. That's something a Collar can do.
Still not going for a long control. They still, I think, no, okay. I thought they were going for a fast B push, but they're slowing down. They're slowing down right now. They dropped the bomb in front of B, so they will maybe go for a B hit or a B split even. We can see they're taking control of lower dungeon. Kazuya with the nade, maybe will do some damage. Not really connecting.
Oh, he moved. The crosshair was there on short, and due to the movement and the inaccuracy coming with it, he dinged his teammate.
Wow. Welcome to CSGO.
Like, if you thought you have a bad day, ask Borup about it.
Kazuya somehow dinged him from a short, but
not the case. Borup right now, they're starting things off with Kazuya now right now. Not really coming around the corner, and that is Crispy going a little too aggressive in this. Got the idea. He got the shots, but he's moving a little bit while shooting, which was a little bit odd to see. The team that has yesterday produced the first overtime might just get us a second. Except Kazuya got us anything massive to offer. Tricked, that would be number 11. And once more again, a sign of life. There comes the Molotov. He's forced to move out. He does have the smoke, and now they know at least a Snedker he takes with himself. But there's number 11. The second round they have just won in this half.
Yeah. Yeah, Collar right now winning the AWP duel in regards to AWP kills in total. Collar with 15 AWP, 12. Oh, it's a fast B hit right now. Crispy only with a FAMAS.
And they just basically adumbrated themselves quite loudly with all those grenades coming their way. Collar as well as Margy are struggling there. Now you want to just keep the guns. Of course, you just want to try to aggress it anymore. And this is right now the EURONICS strat.
Yeah.
Going to be tunnels aggressively makes it work. That's how you can then get rounds, of course. A team that, by the way, is not going to participate in the ESL Meisterschaft finals, which is... I also don't think that are not participating in 99 Damage League finals.
And no, they ended up at a second place last season in the ESL Meisterschaft, and before that, I think they even won the ESL Meisterschaft.
Yeah, it was them winning it in spring, losing in summer, and not even all participating in winter. You have to see for those German teams like EURONICS, that's a big thing. They're playing a lot of this National League thing. And EURONICS not even playing the 9th and Damage League. Okay, makes a lot of sense. But still, Meisterschaft was an important thing. But right now, it's first of all, United, Kazuya and Co need to show us that they're still able to take this one back. Lawler's trying his best with his AWP to open up things, but nobody's trying to come close to his crosshair. There's the P2000. There they come, pushing for B, unexpected.
Yeah, Trick really struggling right now against a very all-around buy from EURONICS. 3 full ecos, only AWP saved from Color and Famous on Marquee. And Color could be able to be the AWP. Oh, Acre at any point right now.
How nasty a shot could be, and now Snyder tries to pick up that AWP, connects himself with one of the players behind Car. There's a Lucky hiding. It goes on with Markey finding 2. This round should not be the one they started up with. Now it's the AK. It's the FAMAS, and it's the AWP that wants to hold down the site of A. And from behind, a Crispy arrives, right timing. Trick down in the situation where their opponent is just a round away from grabbing it. And those odds are very, very realistic. I mean...
Yeah. It doesn't look too good for Trick right now.
1 second.
Again going for a long control. But nice entry from Color, dodging the flash somehow. And we can see EURONICS just finding 1 frag, instantly falling back, boosting on A, and maybe going for a short control right now. So let's say versatile playstyle, where they find 1 opening, just fall back, have a new setup, and change it up a little bit. So Tricked, they have some problems adapting to the playstyle. And again, Crispy pushing just straight towards through B. I think EURONICS... Oh, the headshot. Too beautiful from Color.
You just see this haircut, and maybe his forehead.
What we can see, I think that EURONICS found out the right answer to Trick. So as soon as no one is hitting B, we can see EURONICS time and time again just pushing through B tunnel. That Trick don't have a default where they're covering every angle. And now Kazuya in some kind of trouble. They should be fine for now. Yeah, from behind it's Crispy to close it out. 16-12 for EURONICS.
Well, it looked at the beginning totally different.
Yeah.
We have been seeing actually a Trick running away with a 4-0 star and then things up. That their T side is really missing that variation. The B side barely been hit by them yet. They didn't really attack that alternative position at any point, mostly focusing towards A and short, which was a little odd to see because, I mean, you saw how it would have been an option.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the T side tricked, and they instantly got lucky finding Crispy and finding Snyder. And if you compare it, I mean, EURONICS, it felt like they were just rushing B all the time, especially the first 6 or 7 rounds. It was nearly every round just a straight up B rush. And in the beginning, it didn't work out so well for EURONICS, especially with Acre having the AUG. But in the end, I mean, yeah, who would have thought EURONICS winning this map? In the end, I would say somewhat dominantly on their CD side.
Well, if it's going to be that dominant on Nuke as well, if the Germans care for their first victory in United Masters League, we're going to figure it out in a second. We'll just be right back with a second map. Well, we saw this too. First of all, going in the way of Tricked, turning around, and in the end, Tricked themselves at the end of the day.
Yep.
If Nuke is going to work, though, that is a different sort of story. Once more mentioning, EURONICS used to play this map quite decently and might just do that once more.
Yeah, since we have at least 2 players, especially the in-game leaders, you could say the mid-round callers from EURONICS, who used to play Nuke and still are playing Nuke, as it seems. Could be really 2-0 for EURONICS right now. After winning Dust 2, although you said it before, I think Trick didn't even win once Dust 2.
No, not in the last 6 months.
Yeah, so maybe their chances on Nuke are a little bit better than 0, but still, I mean, it doesn't look too good for Tricked. I hope they would be able to repeat their performance from yesterday, especially on Inferno in the beginning. Aker stepped up his game. He again performed greatly. Also Snetker, as always, our favorite player from Tricked.
Snetker,
yeah.
what a man. What a man. I mean, first of all, I thought the entire veto would go differently. That's the first thing. I actually saw Inferno and Cash happening.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, obviously, and at that point in time, I don't just we're going to expect right now from Trick, a team that yesterday struggled already against a team like Vexed. I mean, the roster of Vex is not the strongest at all, and that's where I see Aker though doing a very good job. Though he's a stand-in, frag-wise, just from the individual skill, I might just see him becoming a permanent option in the future in case he keeps on performing like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the scary thing for Trick right now is that they had Aker performing, that's Snetker performing, and still they lost to EURONICS.
But they really stepped out a little during the second half.
Yeah, I agree in the end, but I mean, what can you expect? So from both of them, they can't both drop 40 balls. Had some crucial rounds, and still it wasn't enough. Especially, I think Borup had a very slow game. Also, Quinn's not really performing, and yeah, in the end, I think it was an individual loss for Tricked, which I hadn't expected in the beginning.
I mean, talking about that, individual loss is very crucial when your opponent is using mostly very, basics regarding strats. I mean, the seed, like the archetype of Counter-Strike, rush B 5 times in a row and make it always work, is EURONICS delivered us there, which is a little weird to see from a team that is, described as tactically driven.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're going to see how tactically driven will they be on Nuke. Let's see how Tricked will now trick us, or maybe trick EURONICS. We'll see about that.
And as you just mentioned, I think EURONICS hopefully will show more tactical depth on Nuke. I know they like to prepare some very creative and crazy executes, so I'm hoping for somewhat of those rounds. But in the meantime, Snyder needs to be careful, trying not to be seen. I mean, you can close your eyes and hope for it doesn't work always. I mean, it worked when you were little, maybe 2 years old, just closing your eyes, hoping no one can see you.
I always kept my eyes open, even on the water. You know why?
Why?
I didn't want to miss the bread on the water. You need to get bread anywhere. Nuke. Caller's getting his bread for the moment, finding Aker already. I don't know if 1 frag, but it's still Borup and Quince. You really want to get in that.
Okay.
Takes his time with that. Now I'm a little confused that he didn't hear those steps and didn't hear the movement now, but the time is running low. Quince with a second, sealing the deal.
Yes, EURONICS going for full eco again. They will be able to buy next round. Although it won't think he could be able to buy a glass cannon. Now I get
free tower.
I think it's even a 5-man stack from EURONICS right now. They really like to play those 5-man stacks. I saw them first time doing it on train, on the old bomb. Copied, although I'm not sure if EURONICS invented the 5-man stack at the old bomb. Yeah.
Maybe they're a cheerleading squad in their free time.
Maybe.
The EURONICS cheerleading squad. I would watch a show of them, especially Chris. a 2-0 start, more than a good opportunity to continue that way. Still be on collar. During the CT side, a very useful tool for EURONICS in very multiple occasions.
I think Borup are going for a straight up upper hit, and Nader, who needs to do something about it, not finding even one. But Kazuya, the smoke criminal, could be the deciding factor. I think the reload was the wrong idea, and Borup coming from behind, finding his right timing, and I think... yeah, we see Color already, maybe trying to find some exit frags. But also just saving the op for the next round.
It's usually a Snetker who can perform quite well on that. Last 3 months, Nuke 1.10 rating, and they haven't even played that map too often in those 3 months. But coming up with actually wins against Wendigo, for example, which I find quite good. I mean, Polish teams in general always look out for them, of course.
Yeah.
Always talent factories. But Tricked winning already against one contender in the league. That was a tied one.
Yeah.
That look could have just went the other way around as well. I mean, think about it. Tricked at 11 for half a Nuke. Then going into overtime.
Yeah. Yeah, on the train I think it was, yeah.
That tells you a lot about how good the team is about closing things out.
Or how bad.
How bad, also. Alternative. I just want to put it that way, you know.
Yes, EURONICS are only buying a little bit. Crispy going for an info play, but getting punished. Whilst Kazuya is trying to find a frag for himself. 2 people waiting outside, crossing the smoke.
Did you see him? I think I saw his legs.
Yeah, I saw something.
Trick right now. Out for the smoke. It's Borup falling down on the outside section. And Akers just waiting for the right timing of his AK. Sees if he can find any player rotating down into Vens, and that would logically give them a man advantage in that situation. But it's dark side of B. 45 more seconds. C4 on the back of Luki. It's a crucial individual in this. Starts ringed off with a shot onto Luki. Right now, he's dropped himself the bomb. That has definitely been heard. Now makes a little bit of a sound cue. Gets the players alarmed. Marky finds Snatker as well. A nade that goes deep. Snyder can make it work with just that ZZ. Means an AWP is left. Together with an AK. Collar has the right response. And brings number 1 to the table of EURONICS.
EURONICS seem to be very good at those situations where everyone plays for themselves, tries to find an opening kill on the CT side on those players of Trick. They always seem to struggle against such rounds from EURONICS. We saw it already on Dust 2, where EURONICS were able, with a similar crazy buy, to win the round. With the op, the man who already performed very well on Dust 2, trying to repeat his performance on Nuke. And Trick taking the time, playing it slow and going more or less for outside control. Both smokes thrown outside, but I think it didn't cross so far. So maybe they're trying to split into the upper side.
Marky can't find the final shot, which is a shame. Puts Snetker, the man who finished the last map with 26 kills, he just has the Marky history to himself in that one. And Collar is what a Collar does best, and that's finding op shots. Whips the one to the player behind the box. Another one just standing close, and so he tries to evade all the shots coming in his direction, but Collar continues and continues and continues, and he knows when there's the time to stop. And that's just right there. Oh. Snyder shows his NBA capabilities. OB?
OB.
OB.
That's the tactic from EURONICS.
Who doesn't know the best NBA player, one of the best NBA players. Gobi. Cousin of Gobi. I don't know.
Entered the B-Rap. Yeah, Trick right now, not the best start for them on the T side. Borup with an AK. They're going for a contact play, so if they get lucky, maybe find Crispy. We can see Crispy only going for an info play, Molotov in hand. So as soon as he sees just a little bit of Trick, there comes the Molotov, and Trick, they're going for it. Oh,
Crispy. So unfortunate. How is he still allowed to find Lucky though? And where's the rest of the players are coming through right now, taking their time? Color flicks onto Acre. Got the draking capability sometimes with those flicks. Gets himself another. Gets himself a third. Still made 3 beautiful shots, and you could have had all the armor in the world. You still would have been screwed over by a Collar. Take a look at it again. It was just nice. Flicks over onto Acre. Just tries to take the height advantage. Jumps in the box. 3 meters tall he suddenly is, and Collar continues. We're finding a nice flick onto Snacker.
Yeah, we can see Trick trying their best upper hit, not working this time. EURONICS seem to be ready. The flash is coming in, great Molotov, pushing them away, but they still they don't have the bomb. The bomb is down. EURONICS should have this round unless Lucky is getting lucky, but there's still Color left and Kazuya through the smoke. It seems Kazuya doesn't even need to aim. He just needs to find a smoke, and it's his kill already.
I'll really Color. He always does the move where he opts.
Yeah.
Just finds one and directly flicks always to the side. Just automatically. He doesn't even do it on purpose or anything. He doesn't even seem to do it on purpose. He just does it. Versus Tricked. We're now going in favor of that yellow star. As we have previously been seeing already, EURONICS being the first map, it's quite hard to believe that this might also go in their favor when we're talking about it. But I mean, CT side, this is where it really gets good for this team. So I imagine there are a lot more possibilities for them to continue that way. See Collar with those pistols. I hope you kill 1 or 2, maybe just find a nice flick onto anyone. And you know there's a great feature that you have implemented. There's this guy called Uniflux. He has done this HUD. You made that.
Okay.
And when you take feedback from you guys and you said, I can't really distinguish in the middle if that's a CT or T player.
Yeah.
Well, something has changed. Because when you take a very accurate look at it,
we see
right, that's
nice
Color. So your feedback towards the United Masters League, your feedback how to stream could just be better. #UML. Place to go. Today is also a sinking day. So we got a very special prepared for you later. And there's so much action going on here in Berlin. So as all the match days will continue in the next few weeks and months, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, on Twitch. That's nasty. It's Kazuya having a really good idea with the smokes. I mean, recently, he's continuing with the German meme that is going around HLTV the entire time, where you see German team make advance through. Phenomenal drops. And Snyder having the height advantage. Standing up on the silos, very tall, where the wind is getting light. A 13 to 3 onto Collar, something doesn't even surprise me anymore.
But I think Trick need to work on their outside smokes. I think there's a little gap in the first smoke to the right, and Kazuya again and again able to abuse this somewhat failed smoke from Trick. And it's a crucial smoke you won't miss, because you don't get entry from the CTs. And Trick this time, no, it's only... And there again, going for the outside hit. And I think if you take a look again, they should be a little smoke, but I think they're just faking it this time. You can see player making some noise. It should be just somewhat of a fake, while the rest of the teams prepares to hit a ramp where one player is waiting.
And that AWP now needs to do its job quite well. That's Crispy starting things off. It's Color out of nowhere, not hitting a shot. You see that rarely on this guy, and Crispy taking a very weird angle of his AWP, but now just advances over, can't continue with a second, might just find himself a third, gets himself a snapker as well, could flick onto his right, but tunnel vision blocks anything he could have just seen there to get Quins out of the game. But the reinforcements have arrived. The cavalry is here. Snyder and Collar should be able to get Quins any second. Out. Lures Quins are just going a little aggressive, but it's Snyder coming in. Taking him out in the end. Borup might try. Borup might see. Borup kills Marky. He doesn't have the bomb in just 15 seconds. So trying to get yourself away from all the actions, keep yourself safe, would be beautiful. But Color knows how to react. And this is a 7-3 for EURONICS. They continue onto the second, and the second has the puts the bullets into his chest. Or more likely the single bullet. The only fully automatic AWP is logically AUG. Or SG, alternatively. This is where all of them are rushing through. Open at the door. It's gonna be their friend in this, but there's already a half belonging to EURONICS. This is just, we're 11 rounds in. Barely any minutes after this game started, and we're already here for 8-3.
Yeah, and I mean, Snetker so far, he delivered on Dust 2, Nuke, or only one frag, and this it's the frag he made last round to see on your AWP. Especially on Nuke, where you depend on the AWP finding the opening kill on the outside. Oh, someone missing the vent.
Oh no, no. Wrong exit. This is like when you're in the subway and you just start to look at your phone and out of nowhere in the wrong direction. But how did actually Aker get through this?
I have no idea. I mean, only Benny Hill music was missing from this scene right now.
Have a ticket and you try to run away from him and you miss the entrance and you miss the exit. How do I get out of the subway? But then he gets out of it.
I would have loved to see Aker's face after exiting through the smoke with a knife in hand. Now it's down to a 2v2. Aker, the man, not finding the vent, still alive. But Marky could be the deciding factor. Bomb is rotating towards the outside, trying to find his teammate. They just want to play it safe together. Marky doing his effect. 4 HP on Aker. That's unlucky for him now. Crispy with the up, not the best weapon to have against an enemy with 4 HP.
Not himself, not really the offer in EURONICS. I mean, they have the money to do whatever they want, but it seems like over to the wrong side or tries to go over vent, but right now he realizes, seems to move over. With the knife in hand and the op on his side, he tries, but now he announced himself big time, and there will be not a single chance that he's going to take this. Also says are hitting the wall as he presses left click quickly before he dies, but Tricked. They're here with the number 4. They're here to stay. Situation where you thought that obviously it hasn't been. And the funny part is EURONICS is going to switch over to their more favorable side. Tricked on the T side haven't delivered us any great performance on Dust 2 either. Maybe their executions aren't working that well right now. So let's see how that will be once the half is over.
Very aggressive position this time. No timing like for him. He needs to use the smoke and try to go back, although he's just smoking off again. In the meantime, Snyder finding Aker, And Mark is still holding the aggressive position, not backing down, waiting for a pop flash from his teammate, maybe, or just playing the smoke. You can even see some help from Secret arriving. So his teammate from Secret is trying to bait the enemy, but Marky peeking too soon, and Borup even focused towards the second player. Now he knows there's one more. Kazuya already rotating. And color so far.
That's nice. Keeping the side safe. Nobody's checking out Snyder. He can just dance around the players, and his belay finally ended. That's Snekker, who's now trapped in a situation where Kazuya is able to bring themselves number 9. I never understood why people buy the Neon Revolution, very honestly. Yeah, thank you for showing. Just someone sneezed, and his nose is full of pink color.
Yeah.
Creative process in all of this.
I mean, I'm not quite sure how you...
A little of pink color in your nose, up your nose.
Mm-hmm.
Where we have little balloons in there. And you also sneeze needles, which then makes the balloon pop, and therefore the color comes out.
It doesn't sound too safe.
That sounds like an art project. Perfect city for that.
Yeah, Trick making some noise. Kazuya probably can hear your steps on the roof. With a full eco, I think Trick are using this round more like a timeout. Maybe just waiting, hoping EURONICS will throw some grenades away, use some, or throw away some money. No.
Oh yes, this is the sound of nuke. This is what I love to hear. (18-4) after 14 rounds, having major impact for his team right now. Trick decided to do something. It was a long break they were taking from coming towards anyone. If Crispy's really having a good position with it, that's a different sort of story. Can we find 1 and 2 and 3? So it's going to be only 1 casualty so far. Could stay that way. And it will be double digits now on the side of EURONICS, and Tricked are falling down quite massively. This could be the 11-4. You know what I find so sad?
What?
If I'm not totally wrong, it would be this used to have. This was the good old Hearts power plant. The power plant, nuclear power plant, used to be called the Hearts power plant.
Oh, okay. They changed it too.
And so far, how many German maps are there? Overpass should be in Berlin.
Yeah.
I heard someone that the tower is in Nuremberg, but I just heard it. I never looked up if there's a Nuremberg transit tower.
Yeah, probably.
Good question. It looks a lot more. It just looks like the one actually we see.
On Overpass, yeah.
So whoever told you that Overpass is in Berlin, he was a liar. You can now tell them it's actually in Nuremberg. Nuremberg. How we Germans say? Again, what learned?
And Trick doesn't seem to learn a lesson. Kazuya finding Acre after just a few seconds. Acre probably just trying to get into vent again. This time not so lucky.
But what all of this tells me is just from, unfortunately I couldn't just speak anyone from EURONICS, is Crispy plays a lot more passive in total. Whilst we see Kazuya trying to go for a lot of entries, which would make sense to me that right now Crispy is the IGL of the team.
It could be. Playing together for such a long time.
Yeah. Acting at least onto Loki, giving this still a man advantage where Collar, it's nobody in his sights. The man usually very good with finding those frags because, you know, having the right idea that someone is nearby. Spray works onto Quinns, and Eng is also just a click away from dying. The op is on 1 to 12. It's not the Schnettger we know.
No.
He really performed quite good in many occasions yesterday. Wants to bring this back. It's taken up by Marky in the end. The man who finished with a 1.10 rating yesterday. It's right now falling short massively. And EURONICS are just 5 rounds away from victory.
And I'm still a little bit shocked that Trick didn't go and just let EURONICS pick Nuke. Because if you look at the playstyle Trick presented us so far, it wasn't too impressive. I mean, they tried to go 2 smokes outside, even not hitting those smokes perfectly. Always a gap for Kazuya there. They had 1 fast rush towards the upper side, which worked out fine the first time around, but after that they just got crushed time and time again. So yeah, I'm a little bit pessimistic about Trick right now.
And that's really weird that you mentioned Cash, because on paper it's actually the lads of Trick having a really good ratio on it, 63%, whilst out of 11 matches, EURONICS in the last 3 months only won 4. It would have been, it seemed like it would have been a perfect match for them. Really, it would have been like somewhere where they can at least grab it and actually then come in with 4 points out of 2 matches. But Snyder gets taken out by Schnettger. A beautiful shot he delivers. Should be his second kill now. His third to be, but not just in this round. Throughout the entire matchup. And Kazuya, and the ability to take out Acre, does so in the end. Bomb, not quite sure if it has been spotted. Stat C4, the back of the ones to go to together with his teammate. It might just work out perfectly.
Yeah, it's all up to Schnettger right now. The man not performing so well. On the T side now, already doubling his kills.
Oh no, he makes it through. This is unbelievable. Lucky is not hitting himself. Kazuya right now, the man who but a USPS will try to win those long range duels. See if the first player coming around. This could be the Kazuya show. He's running out of balls. Reload happens. He dances around that nuclear reactor, but he might just fucking, he runs away. And this is Schnettger, who's only down to 16 HP, which right now means 12 bullets, but he got the kit, and he got the kit, and you need to hit the shot, and he does it in the end. Opening the door himself, but closing it again. Like trapping himself out of the situation. Number 12, and bringing Trick down on their knees, as there's a difference of 8 rounds right now.
Yeah, I guess Kazuya wasn't really sure if Schnettger would go for the defuse. The squeaky door, in case Schnettger was just faking the defuse and trying to hit the headshot. A nice clutch from Kazuya, so well played, found the opening, down the vent. And now it really looks like EURONICS are serious 2-0.
That looks very promising for them. I mean, if there's not a Trick doing a comeback the way we had it, with Vex doing that on Train, which I see highly unrealistic because EURONICS are right now on points.
Yeah.
I don't see this working for them. Really don't. And it's also a very unusual sight seeing Kazuya on 18-6, 129 ADR. Because usually this man is somewhere an average around a 0.88 rating. That's far away from good.
Yeah, although I have the feeling Kazuya is one of those players who's just very inconsistent. He has some games where he plays insane. The next game he isn't hitting any shots. So it seems to be the first case where he's hitting the shots, same as Aker with the Deagle. And suddenly, although Tricked forcing and find what they can, it seems out to work quite well. Kazuya only with an AK, Color only with a USP. Was hoping for Trick probably to do a full eco, and now even Kazuya dying to the scout, and Color last man standing, picking up the AK. But there are still 3 players ahead of him.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Is Aker now playing Assassin's Creed? No, he doesn't. Could have just went for the Ezio Auditore, but rather plays it safe and cool. And Trick with the 8.0 odds there on Unicorn. Well deserved, you have to say.
EURONICS, I would say, is one of those teams who from time to time have those problems closing out the map. They won just a pistol, you know, but still they have some wiggle room left. They're playing with the AK from Color. I think that they even forced. They forced themselves, hoping for Color to deliver.
Oh. I mean, he starts off fighting Borup. Could be a free rifle, of course. They're getting themselves somewhere on the map any second, but Aker for the moment. Who might just make that one work, and this is a very good decision. Giving Snyder that gun. Second best player rating-wise on it. Snedeker just a body shot away from dying. EURONICS is running a little bit out of time. It's not that far yet. And as I'm just saying it, it's a little tricky there for them. Crispy dying. Movement from Snedeker being low HP, just moving very far outside. It was a little odd to see.
Yeah, it's not his best game right now. Even mentally, he seems not to be in this game fully. The only thing we can say, he has 7 assists right now. So he just seems to struggle to some damage, but not able to get the kill in the end. We can see EURONICS. Now it's more or less a full eco, only P250s. And they're trying to pressure Quinns on ramp right now.
EURONICS needs to keep their astute play, because otherwise it might fall apart. One after another falling. That's Marky being the final. No problem. 12-7 there. Well, difference between those rounds. We're getting ourselves into a situation where Trick would have a good opportunity to come back. There's the op on Snedeker, a man who barely performs recently, but who now needs to step up with this rifle.
Yeah, this time EURONICS going for a sneaky outside play. Borup through the smoke, finding Color, and even Snedeker through the wall, finding Marky, who already crossed. But somehow Snedeker is getting back into the game, into this game with his op. I mean, as I said before, or time to time, it looked like they would just take nuke all by themselves.
And then Crispy comes around that way. Fallen hat at first, but this is Kazuya now in the end. Best to say bye-bye in round number 20. Crispy and Snyder have a really tough task up ahead of him. Snyder looking at the flashbang of his teammate. Seemed like also Crispy was flashing that one, and now it's another shot who just might seal the deal. Or tricked. Snyder seeing if anyone comes by. Would have the option to just rather play it safe on the side, but he could get that C4 down. That's not gonna allow.
Yeah, EURONICS probably are doing one more eco. They banked some smoke, so maybe they have a plan for this round to get a bump down. What I would like to see from EURONICS in the next round, and the next equip round, would be just some crazy execute onto the upper side with 2 3 more, a handful of flashes. But they're playing it fast outside. Only putting one player down secret are somewhere else. Borup. He needs to be the man to hold off down secret.
He passes through. And Kazuya, I would have had such a great option with this, but it's not even a chance. He stands and Crispy trying to avoid any shots coming through the door, open for bullets passing by. And it's unbelievable to see Collar on 24-11, a Marquee on 8-14 though. I mean, the difference is right now extraordinary.
I mean, especially if you consider EURONICS are winning right still only on 8 frags, not his best performance. EURONICS still playing more or less a default, not really trying some fancy execute this time around. Maybe they're saving it for later rounds, hoping they just can find one opening first.
This reminds me so much of their match yesterday, where Trick took a lot of time to understand and realize how they need to approach their opponents. Yeah. This was the same they had against Vex, where they had no idea how to really get their opponents to get them down on their knees and to really lose round after round, but they're back into it, bringing down Crispy as well.
Yeah, we see a lot of rotation happening. Sneller could be an important factor, but he's missing a shot. An Acre.
With health, with both players coming around.
Yeah, but it hit a very ugly position to play against, where you only see his head, so...
It's still a reoccurring theme, because Trick are barely losing players recently.
Yeah. I mean, we look at the money from Trick.
And as a CT, that's very unusual to have.
I mean, they're winning them very dominantly, not losing any players. So they're creeping up on that 16k, making that bread.
They're getting a lot of bread right now. Real massive, big loaf of bread. It's going to be taken away from Snetker, Luki, and Ko as they're trying German after another. Only a Hungarian alive, that's Collar.
And Barb already pushed outside, so if Collar is too patient, he will get caught off guard from behind. Now he's finding an AK, he's still playing it safe, taking his time. But I think there's no one on the upper. One CT holding outside in Barb now with the flank, and his timing could be important. Of course, he must know that he could have gone down the vents, but he should hear the bomb plant right now.
He's like real down. Or passes by, but Collar hits the right timing, can't avoid to be seen. Now he just needs to check angles. There comes the pre-fire from Heaven. Player will just come through in a second. Raining down him, but he doesn't check his right-hand side. Borup finds it all on his own anyway.
Yeah, probably looking for the op right now, although in my case, they have enough money to buy the op. In AK is one weapon you can't buy on the city side.
You've been seeing Color actually trying to save up money there. It's now it's AWP, which is his crucial tool so far in really taking out Tricked. Who are coming way too close, by the way.
Nearly finding the opening. Closely missing a shot, but now he's getting boosted. Right now. He had an amazing match so far on the city side, on the T side, not yet delivering.
No, he doesn't.
Are expected from him, yeah.
I mean, once more, the only non-German players on EURONICS are the only one having positive stats in the past 3 months. Acre's flank might be working, but we got Snyder holding the angle, so nobody pushes for secret. With his head popping suddenly somewhere from the stairs. And now the player is forced to wait. Or moving. Trying to assist Acre as good as he could. Snyder that finds that of Acre might just also deny the tie. Not allowing Trick to even get close. Not personal. Not until it gets uncomfortable.
The time is running. I think they're still rotating to the upper side. Maybe Marky just trying to fake something.
Snatker doesn't care if it's fancy. Maybe even that Gucci flashbang, it doesn't matter. He doesn't really care about how cool you made it. It didn't work in the end. And right now, Quinn's wide advantage, buys it for them. Loki swings white. Snyder on free. Kazuya on 20. A bomb denied. A plant not even happening on the side of A. And with that denied plant, Trick is securing a tie. After looking pretty much down the drain for a long time. This, you know, I even said it. 7 in a row. Make it 8.
I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I know EURONICS used to play some very creative executes. Out some new nades, especially Crispy and Kazuya. Being on a track server for hours, just looking for a new special nade, a new smoke, a new Molotov. And so far it's only just contact play, hoping that Snyder or Color are finding an opening kill, and then from that trying to snowball onto a side.
As the players are passing over to taking a risk. Saying, yeah, I might overextend a little, but rather find a frac that works for him in the end. Crispy right now has the opportunity to find a little.
EURONICS again. Color hoping that no one is covering ramp, which would be a new.
It seems like they lost focus so badly.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to see, you don't come in with a 12-4 and then just suddenly go into 12-12 without something going really massively wrong. Talking about going something massively wrong, it's not even because we find the frag onto Quinns. It's flawless. And around nearly 16k building up on Quinns and Snedker. However this continues, even if EURONICS finds now 2 or 3 in a row, we will see Trick having full pockets.
I mean, now we see Color specifically AK. See that there was no money left for him, although I think he should have had money for an AWP. Maybe EURONICS now, we can see already Snyder with some nice Molotov in his hand. And that's probably one execute I was talking about. Just some nades outside, maybe to get the attention from Tricked, focusing on the outside, while the hit should be beside.
And as Lucky will have a very impactful nade just ready for himself. Thought it would get a little bit more just out of Crispy, but makes it a one-shot headshot for the M4. That's the crucial part. Now that makes him a way more lethal target. There it comes. Lucky hides behind the side. Can't find the first. Nobody's checking around the silos. For some reason, that's free access. And Acre coming in from behind will be the crucial individual. Would have 100 HP. I would have said that that would be easily his right now. It could have been easily his, but makes the move and is able to just go down the vents, get the C4 down on the B site. And now defended just with the AWP. It's the gun that fits best in his hands. By far. Next onto Acre, but then with the second onto Collar. That was actually the second onto Quinns. That's the right way around. And Drake take number 14. Put EURONICS in a situation where a buy is inevitable, but not really beautiful.
I mean, the exit perfect. They got the right Molotovs hiding behind the side, but even he was flashed 2 times, but no one checked behind the side.
This
That's
is the weird part.
problem.
Look, he had so much freedom. This is the thing, the same thing I thought right there. How does nobody check on anyone possibly peeking out of silos?
Yeah, I mean, everyone was just aiming towards A main where they even smoked off, so I mean, the flashes were perfect. Lucky was blind for at least 3 or more seconds, but no one was looking his way. And now there's also a big gap from EURONICS, but they missed 1 player already.
That's just horrible right there. Or they'll find himself Havu, at least Snyder can find himself Luki, but Borup, Quins, and Snetker, they got all the money, so they can try. They could take the risk at any given second. Secure number 15 magically, and I mean, they need to have any sort of magic trick right now ready.
I think Trick are only going for exits. They know that EURONICS are probably low on money, so if they're able to make some damage to their economy, because look at the money of Trick, they have nothing to lose. They will have enough money for the last few rounds.
And it's really good because that still hurts the opponent's economy quite much. They in 150, and it might be number 13 for EURONICS. It doesn't change the fact that they only get 1 single gun through.
Yeah, I mean, still 10k, Borup 7k, nearly 8k. So they have enough money for the moment right now. EURONICS, this round is important. If they lose this round, they probably have no money left, and Tricked could take away nuke from EURONICS.
And it's the outside control they always try to work with at that point, and in EURONICS. But that is with the Snatker, who only can find 1, and that is the only obstacle that was there to stop them for the moment. Collar could just even get himself more, but there's another one to come, and he just flicks onto Borup. It's not like he waits a second and tries to get a good shot while the player is moving. It just works to fight against this guy.
31 kills, and he needs even to do the 4K to win this round. You can hear both players stepping.
Man is hard carrying. The man is hard carrying! The AWP of Collar is on fire, and he puts some color to this game. As this is the tool EURONICS needs. And it's desperate times for EURONICS if they just need this one. Hides himself. Second one just stunned, and Lucky and Acre are probably unhappy about losing that one. Brings them in a situation where the next round might just money.
Yeah, I mean, EURONICS really depending on Color this round, or that last round. He found 2 opening kills, still not enough in the end. He needed to clutch 1v2. Oh, and now Quint is in danger, nearly getting caught off guard. Borup missing his shot, Molotov coming in. But it doesn't look too good for Trick right now.
It doesn't, but Snyder gets taken out. Snetker is able to find that Swede. Goes on with Crispy. It developed into a 2 versus 5. Unbelievable how is right now is shut any money left in the follow-up, and that should result in Trick winning this one 16-14, but never say never. First of all, it comes down to round number 29, and Collar, the man who previously made a 4K, who even announced it, now needs to ace this. When the first flick doesn't work, that's surely a statistic. If the first flick of Collar doesn't work, he doesn't get any more kills. Confirmed.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, why do we have grid? Interesting point Grid is giving us. Borup is far away from his average. He's right now having around 8 more kills than he usually has right here on Nuke. On 26 is at the moment.
Yeah, and Borup was the one also not performing on us too. Now this could be the round. Color only has enough money for an up, and it looks like Rick will be able to get his round. Borup hunting the entry, if the second Acre. Yeah, that's it.
The thing is, this is what you get. You have so many options to finish things off. It's still Crispy alive. Not calling it off because Borb and Acor are just a body shot away from dying. Talking about it, Crispy once more. Goes for a 2K. Of his opponent. 12 HP is regarding initials. It needs an outstanding, terrific play in just 60 seconds. And in his mind, Riadna tries to find any sort of plan, but Acor denies it anyway. That is deserved.
Yeah.
EURONICS had everything they were looking for. It's 12-4 score. That's just a kick in their face.
Yeah.
Like, not even a slight one, not even a slap. This is really kicking them down, landing face first on concrete. You're up 12-4.
Yeah, especially on your own map, EURONICS would play just more versatile on T side.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw always that depending on the color. I think in the beginning it worked in the first rounds. Then they just got crushed by Trick. Then in the end, again, it was Color who kept EURONICS alive because it looked like Trick would just run away.
It was only him. It was only him. Basically, always doing CPR when they were all laying on the ground. But it seems like we're going in just a second for a map veto. Valiance is playing against RedReverse. Definitely the top match of today. And just talking about it, honestly, I think Overpass is the always ban. I would say next up should be Inferno from RedReverse. When we take a look at it, the map is just not 100% their favorite. It's something that Valiance is quite good at. Could also be their second ban in this situation, but it is Inferno. Next up, if you ask me, would be Nuke from Valiance. Just not really the map they feel too great on.
Yeah.
Haven't played it with this roster yet, by the way.
Yep, exactly.
So it would make a lot of sense to ban that one away against, well, RedReverse. There is Nuke, and next up should be Dust2 from the Reds.
And they can be thankful to RedReverse for banning Inferno because Valiance, I think they didn't win it once yet. Played it 2 times and no wins on Inferno. But also, I mean, RedReverse playing Inferno with the new roster 9 times and only winning it maybe every 5th match, which also not a good ratio you want to have.
I mean, they maybe watched how they played against Wendigo, but this is a bad idea if you ask me, because Dust2 is a map, well, RedReverse played a few times in the past 3 months, 10 times, won in only 5 out of those 10, whilst Dust2 is, well, statistically speaking, a really good map for those lads from the Southeast European region.
It seems like, again, RedReverse are screwing themselves with the veto. I mean, Train is a map, of course, Valiance really likes to play Train, but still, RedReverse themselves played it 10 times with the new roster, 70% win rate, so why not go for a map where you know you can beat Valiance? You only ban a map you play yourself very well if you think the other team is way better than you, and you even on your favorite map you don't have a chance against them.
But this should be basically, well, going for those 2, and now, well, if you pick
Probably
Mirage,
Cash.
that would be the only logical thing, because Cash recently looked too good for Valiance. In most of the cases, they've won the 64% win ratio they got in themselves, so.
Yeah, but Mirage, you mentioned it, I mean, yesterday, that Valiance played it 4 times and didn't lose it once so far. So maybe Cash is a map Valiance also likes to play.
They got a 6 map win streak on it.
6 map win streak even, yeah. So I think Valiance also likes to play Cash, but same does RedReverse. I mean, they love Cash, especially Draken used to love it and play it on IP. And on Fnatic, I think.
But Mirage makes a little more sense to me if you think about it, because it's just not that much of a strong map for Valiance, but it would be the same for RedReverse. Both are having more losses than wins on this map, which will make it more interesting to see how they will perform in the end. But Dust2 being the decision of Valiance, and 20 more seconds for RedReverse to decide. Will we go on the 2 classical Face It Puck Stars? Will it be Mirage or Cash?
I'm a little bit shocked that RedReverse is taking so long. Yeah, it's Cash. Of course.
Good. That will benefit actually Valiance, if you ask me. Dust2 should be theirs. Havu played quite alright regarding everything yesterday, and definitely Valiance is a totally different league, totally different caliber, way much more individual skill, way much more tactical sort of depth. Talking about depth, we got all the social media